On April 8, 1989, the International Basketball Federation voted to allow professional players to play basketball in the Olympics. This decision was seen as basically guaranteeing the 1992 basketball gold medal for the United States. And the hilarious thing is that the United States actually voted against this idea. In 1991, before the team was even chosen, Sports Illustrated called the upcoming United States Olympic team the Dream Team. And finally, on May 11, 1992, the official roster was finalized. Well, and no special points to you for guessing what game we're going to play next. We're going to play some Dream Team by Electronic Arts. Now, the idea here is I think we're going to try to do an actual, full season here. We'll see if we can get it to work or not. So we'll just go ahead here and go through the introductory screens. This is from 1992. Now, EA came out with 3 different basketball games in 1992. Bulls versus Blazers, Team USA Basketball, and then the next finals game, which was Bulls versus someone or other. I have to go back and look at the list of games. Do I even have it open here? Anyway, so it is, Bulls versus Lakers, I think, was the third game. So this is the one that's kind of like in between those two. There are good aspects of this game. There are also not so great aspects of this game, and I think that we're going to sort of take a look together and see if we can figure what those are. This is very, very similar to the last game that we played, which was the Lakers versus Celtics in the NBA playoffs. And so anyway, we want to do tournament. Now, when you go to tournament mode, it changes your play model to simulation no matter what, and it changes your game level to showtime. We can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 10 minute, right? 5, 10, 15, or 20 minute period. So we'll just do, I think, probably a 10 minute period and sort of see how it goes. We absolutely want to select the United States. And this is sort of the setup. Now, what I was hoping to do with this setup was to have something that was kind of like realistic, where, you know, I can talk about, oh, this is how the USA played the first game, the second game of the group, and so on. But if you count here, we have 7 teams in our group, so you play 6 games. In real life, there were 6 teams in the group, you only played 5. And there are some teams included here that were not included in real life. This game, I believe, came out in at some point in time in like either July, August, or maybe September 1992. I did a little bit of research before starting this game. I did a little bit of newspaper research and so on. I was not able to fully discover when this game came out, though. I can tell you that the first articles about it seemed to come out in late August 1992. So it's probably sometime around then that this game was released. I haven't done a real deep look into the history, or into what, whatever it is, video game magazines and stuff like that have said about this game. So I don't know, like, necessarily what the reviews were like or anything like that. Anyway, we should be able to go over and beat China, at least you would figure. We'll just go ahead and skip through all of this. Who cares? Now, part of the thing is, so how do you want to get this organized? So we could probably do a couple of subs here. So does it let me actually swap the player? Okay, well, Johnson, you can swap for Ewing. I see. This is kind of a weird substitution screen, so I can only substitute with the person who's chosen below, and I can't seem to find a way to change that person. This is a little bit odd. So much for the idea of taking out the center and putting in a guard, which is kind of what I would want to do. You can see all sorts of statistics in this game, which is a pretty nice thing. But yeah, no matter what I do, it's going to either be Bird or Drexler unless I can figure out some way to get that changed. Oh, here we go. I push left or right. That's what it is. It's one of those menus. It's not the first game, by the way, that I've seen that has a menu that's kind of weird like this. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have Malone, Barkley, Stockton, Johnson, and Jordan. Stockton will play center. So we'll see how long we last with that. I also have to warn you that I'm not extremely good at this game, so if things don't go so well, you kind of know what's going on. I'm still trying to get used to what the controls are with this type of game, and here I am playing in the Olympics on the hardest mode. But it's not really as hard as you would think, right? Because we got this guy.
Wow.
So yeah, that helps. It's kind of weird. So you push C to shoot, but when you're shooting this free throw, then you've got to push A. So that's one of the things you have to get used to. The controls kind of change for you. And I mean, so we mentioned last time we played this game, or a game like this. Okay, defensive foul. Yeah, we'll take that. I mentioned the last time playing the last game like this, the Celtics versus Lakers, that the animations actually were pretty good. They're okay, but there are some issues that I have with this, and there are also a lot of issues I have sort of with the gameplay. So I was wondering at first if I actually wanted to play a full series with this game. After doing a little bit of considering, I've decided, yeah, you know what, we might as well. And we might as well start doing a couple of different like full series on this channel instead of just a whole bunch of one-off games. Maybe it works well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe people want to watch, maybe they don't. I've had a lot of feelings like that over the last couple of days. Actually, it's sort of like, well, we better try something. So let's see if we can get this to work. Let's see if we can get that to work. And welcome to the world of YouTube, trying to get all sorts of random things to work. This, however, is a kind of a unique game in that, oh, magic with the foul, okay. It's kind of a unique game in the sense that the controls are a little bit backwards from offense to defense. So C is the button to try for a steal, but C is also the button to take a shot, which is not quite what you would expect. So anyway, as you would expect, however, we should be able to just like roll over these guys and roll over every other team. At least in theory. Now, I also have to apologize. I don't know all of the players by their Olympic team numbers. It's been a little while since the Dream Team happened. At first, I was thinking, I have all of the Dream Team games on video, plus a whole bunch of other games that are a little bit harder to find. And I thought, oh, you know what I could do? I could use that as part of the video, but it would have taken quite a bit of time for that. So when it comes to sort of like a gameplay type video like this, I've got to think in terms of like, how much time do I want to put into this? How much time do I want to spend actually playing versus how much time do I want to spend doing different things? And we want to keep it to a minimum. You don't necessarily want to have it be like, okay, you have this video and you're going to spend like, 10 minutes talking about stuff before you actually get to the gameplay, which is kind of what I did in this video, but you don't want to do that. So is John Stockton like incapable of shooting the ball inside or what? I mean, that was pretty bad. There we go. Yeah, so like I said last time, some of the animations here are okay. There we go. Like, why can't he shoot a layup? Why does he have to stop right there in the key? Why can't he keep going? Anyway, some of the animations are okay, but some of these animations are also pretty bad. I forgot that I even had Malone in. Oh, I didn't even notice him in the middle. Well, so much for that. Basically, in this game, you're not really playing against the computer. You're playing mostly against the controls and against, the way that this game was designed. But yeah, all in all, this is basically the same game as Lakers versus Celtics. There are so few differences, like the graphics are the same, the basic game engine is exactly the same, the special moves look the same. The nice thing here about this team is that we're fast. But then when John Stockton gets the ball underneath, all he can do is sort of shoot up a brick like that. He can't do a layup. Or if he can, I don't know which button I'm supposed to push. You can tell me. Anyway, this game also has some of the problems that earlier games, like, the Tecmo games and other stuff have. For example, like when I get the ball in traffic, I can't really tell, if I have the ball or not, or which guy has the ball. At least there's that star under the player now, as opposed to with the other game where like the shoes change color. Now the shoes do change color as well, but they put in the star to make it obvious which player you're controlling. Just having the shoes change to black was really not a well thought out, well designed system. That's just it doesn't work so well. Speaking of things not working well, we're having some problems here.
Wow.
Oh, they don't even wait to see if that one trickles in. Okay, so there's that. We need to improve our free throw shooting, huh? All complaints aside, though, this is not like the worst basketball game I've ever seen in my life. This is better than the NES basketball games for the most part. I think that you could argue that Tecmo NBA Basketball is a better game than this, though. But most of the more infamous NES basketball games are definitely not as good as this game. And the other thing that I missed from Tecmo NBA Basketball is with that game, like I can at least see the name of the player who made the shot. With this one, you don't see anything. All you see is, okay, this guy made the shot or this guy dunked it or whatever. Well, who knows which player that was. All right, we got the board. Yeah, pass it out. There you go. Well, we're not doing so well in this first half. Maybe it's because it's on Superstar mode. That must be the reason why. So whoever it is who's shooting here must have been a better free throw shooter because the thing travels a little bit more slowly. Anyways, all sorts of like Dream Team related stuff that we can talk about in these videos. For example, the Dream Team selection controversy and stuff like that, right? Choosing Leitner over Shaquille O'Neal, which is pretty controversial, especially if you know kind of what happened to these players in the NBA. I mean, Leitner's all right. He's an NBA Jam, right? He's got that over Shaq, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, pass it. There you go. I don't know. Do I have to be closer for Stockton to try a layup or what? I don't get it. Right? It's pretty crappy to have it wide open underneath and then have your point guard sort of like stand there and not do anything. Maybe he can hit an outside shot, or maybe he can't. Well, it's certainly the Dream Team, but they're not shooting like the Dream Team. Our shooting is more like, a high school like prep team or something like that. Yeah, see, I'm not doing a very good job here of making sure that we get in underneath for the dunk. I'm not triggering it for whatever reason. All right, let's look at the stats. So Stockton with 8 points, Johnson with 6, Malone with 4. Stockton has 7 rebounds, playing center, and Jordan has a 3-pointer. Where he's shooting 37%, that's the problem. All right, I think we do need to make a little bit of a change here. All right, we'll put Pippen up there with Jordan. We'll take Stockton out. All right, we'll give that a try. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do there for the jump ball. I was pushing down C and he didn't do anything, so maybe that's the wrong thing to do. I don't know. So one of the things I don't know about this game is I don't know if this game was like commercially successful or not. It seems to me that it came out like a little bit after the Olympics were done. And one of the things that a lot of us have forgotten about the basketball, the Olympics that year is that like it was all over television. I was doing a search on YouTube and found tons and tons of commercials. Like McDonald's had a big thing, and NBC was like all over the Olympics and was, you know, advertising it all over basketball broadcasts and stuff like that, going back to, you know, like the NBA playoffs in 1992. So I found an article where people were talking about how they were kind of sick of all the Olympic stuff. So much for that. So much for that dream team. All right. So they can hit 3-pointers like that too, huh? I apparently am not very good at this game, given what's happening to this team. The other thing I don't quite understand, I haven't read through the whole manual yet, but I don't quite understand on offense why both C and A do the same thing. Both C and A shoot. Like, the only things you can do basically are shoot and pass. And then on defense, your only choices are either to, like, push the other guy, or to change player, or to jump. And that's basically it. I don't know, maybe if I push A there, he'll make a dunk? I don't know. Like, how much closer do I need to get? And with the other game, with Lakers versus Celtics, like, all you had to do was just be standing kind of close to the basket, and the guy would, like, drive automatically. There we go. I don't know. I mean, some people talk about, you know, oh, well, the animation at least was good and stuff. I don't know about the animation there. That wasn't so good. So let's see if we push A over here. There we go. Anyway, you can probably see as you watch this game, you can probably see why NBA Jam ended up being so popular. Not that this game's awful or anything like that, it just kind of sucks, that's all. Pass it. Pass it. What was that? What was that? What?
Wow.
Well, at least you can do like tricks and stuff in this game. That's pretty cool. But some of the things in this game are pretty ridiculous. Can't get Bird to hit a 3. Certainly can't get him to steal. That was Jordan, right?
Wow.
Yep, that was Jordan. At least we haven't been fouling. It could be worse. Man, we're looking pretty bad. I don't know about this. Looks like the Monstars are gonna win. Dude, what kind of defense is this? We had two guys just standing there in the middle of nowhere. I mean, that's ridiculous. It looks like they're the dream team. All right. I might need to do a little bit of research before the next time we play this game and figure out how to play this game the right way, because this certainly isn't it.
Charging.
Well, that was good. At least we bought a foul that way. There we go. So I like the fact that you've got those types of special moves in this game, but the way that it's done here is just so awkward. It like looks like, you know, one of those like, you know, I don't know, like early 1920s animation like things, right? I mean, it looks like it was almost like hand done.
Foul.
And we get called for the foul once again. As usual, good times. Dude, what was that? What was that? Seriously.
Foul.
All right, I don't know if I like where this is going. Yeah. Well, so much for success in this game. We're definitely not seeing it here this time around. But I think that I want to keep playing this and keep this going and sort of see where we can get. But man, this is an absolutely embarrassing defeat to a team that really was not that good. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I think we've hit 2 3-pointers all game long. And that's it. And they've just been raining them down on us. We can't hit a simple shot from the key.
Shoot it.
And that was it. So there you go. There's your game. We lose 61 to 44. This is ridiculous. Malone with 9 points, Bird with 8, Stockton with 8. Stockton stole the most rebounds, so maybe it was a bad idea to take the big man out. We had a 327 shooting percentage. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Now we got to play against Angola, so we'll see what we can do against Angola. We're going to go ahead and save the state here and kind of figure that one out. So, well, I never said that it was going to be easy, although I thought it was going to be easy at the beginning, but apparently not. So this is pretty good. It means I'm going to have to get some of my abilities up, and we'll see if we can make it a little bit better for us. Hope you enjoyed that to at least some extent, and maybe the next game will be a little bit better. Talk to you later.